What you're going to discover in the following few minutes may shock and frighten you, but it may also permanently alter your life and the way you relate to ladies. There are regulations in this world we live in that we have to abide with. If you violate any of these guidelines, you will find yourself in a chilly, dimly lit establishment with subpar cuisine. They are laws. They are also the rules that are evident. However, there is another set of principles that are less clear. You won't go to jail if you violate this second set of guidelines. Furthermore, it may even help you go past chatting to girls, which is one of the main issues that many men have. Everywhere in society, there is an unspoken set of guidelines. Due to the fact that society created it, it is crucial to recognize the two primary human communication channels in order to fully comprehend how this operates. The first method, known as indirect communication, is the main way that most people in society, including girls, communicate. Just expressing something without actually saying it is the whole point of indirect communication, which is essentially employed as a safety measure to save someone from coming across as impolite. In many circumstances, indirect communication can cause far more harm than good, even while it can be extremely helpful in others. Particularly if you're a man. When was the last time you were rejected for something? When you asked a girl you loved out on a date, she might have said, "You're cute, but I'm not interested." She won't really say, most of the time, "I apologize, but I'm not physically attracted to you," which is most likely the true reason she declined. And without really expressing anything, she essentially said no. We must first comprehend the history of both forms of communication in order to completely comprehend how we should move forward. For most girls, indirect communication is the default option and is typically associated with femininity. Direct communication, which was the main way that men communicated until the last several decades, is now completely the reverse. But today, many men are rapidly adopting indirect communication as their usual mode, which might lead to issues. Many men make mistakes when speaking to girls and even other men. Consider it this way. The waitress at the restaurant asks whether you're ready to place your order. Many men will say, "Yes, please, give me the chicken Alfredo." They later pretend to be shocked when the waitress doesn't find them attractive. Keep in mind that your tone of voice and the way you phrase things matter, more significant than your actual words. The man sounds as like he is requesting permission from the waitress to eat the chicken Alfredo when he asks, "Can I have it?" Imagine that the waitress asks you what you would like to eat today once more, and you respond, "Yes, I'll take the chicken Alfredo," rather of asking if you can have it. Using the words themselves as well as the tone of your voice, by essentially telling her that you will take the chicken Alfredo regardless of her preference, you are not requesting her consent. It is crucial to keep in mind that both girls and boys have little control over attraction because it is an impulse. Most girls have a small attraction button that you can activate by speaking directly and powerfully. Examine the speech patterns of the actor who plays Thor in the Avengers films. He acts as though everything he says is significant and is typically quite direct in his interactions, especially with women. Furthermore, it becomes significant just by virtue of your belief that every word you have to say matters. The way girls talk is quite different from this. Additionally, it's the most beautiful method to talk to girls. However, the advantages of strong, straightforward communication extend beyond girls. Men, especially those who communicate indirectly most of the time, will respect you if you speak with strength and directness. For instance, picture yourself in a girl in a movie theater when she remarks, "Brr, it's cold in here." It's likely that she is subtly requesting permission to wear your jacket. Keep in mind that straightforward communication is warrior-like and macho. Since girls are more vulnerable than men from an evolutionary perspective, they tend to avoid conflict, which is the motivation behind their indirect communication. As a result, most girls will find a man less attractive the more feminine he appears, with the exception of girls who are more masculine. Although indirect communication can be used to flirt with girls, direct, simple communication should be used for the majority of the exchange. The irony is that girls truly want men to talk to them in this way, but they assume that most men won't, which gives the men who do it well a significant advantage. One of the key characteristics of a dominating male is direct communication, which is also one of the most crucial ways to demonstrate self-assurance and assertiveness. Being upbeat with whatever you're saying is crucial while having direct conversations with both girls and guys. To put it another way, your voice should seem as though you are quite certain that the other person would agree or comply with what you have stated. A situation is more likely to work out for you if you just have optimistic expectations from the beginning. Negative expectations are no different. The phrase, "I want you to go to the dance with me tonight," is a fantastic illustration of direct communication. Will you accompany me to the dance instead? In a Disney film, it's adorable to ask a girl out indirectly, but in real life, it's not the best option. To start communicating in an appealing and straightforward manner, simply begin any phrase that involves a request with the letter I. Declaring something to someone as though it were true demonstrates your guts and confidence because you are defending a position that can be viewed negatively by those around you. Due to an unseen rule that states it's the courteous thing to do, a lot of men in today's culture speak indirectly. However, the truth is that a man's most ugly way of speaking or handling a situation is frequently also his most courteous. The majority of our time is spent talking to others. Both to them, girls and males will therefore begin to perceive you as a fighter the sooner you can begin speaking more like one. Yes, it will feel strange to start practicing speaking in public if you've spent the majority of your life communicating weakly and indirectly. In a similar vein, riding a bike seemed completely unfamiliar the first time. However, it's wonderful to feel uncomfortable because that's the only time you're truly developing as a person. You only see the final product when you watch a major movie in a theater. The innumerable takes and repetition needed to achieve the final product are not visible. If you used to be shy, it doesn't matter to girls. Once an insecure guy, similar to how you might still find a female who used to be really overweight attractive, as long as she's presently at a desirable, healthy weight. Who you are now is all that matters, and the person you may develop into. Additionally, you should definitely check out my second channel, Business Secrets, if you're interested in business, success, or generating money. The description contains the URL. Having said that, you guys are fantastic. Thank you for watching, and until next time.